Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Last week I reviewed Asylum from Kiss for its 39th anniversary. As I was backtracking through their catalog, I noticed that a lot of the other albums during the non-makeup era came out in the month of September. So I decided, instead of doing all these anniversary reviews, I'm going to do a ranking of the non-makeup era albums. And this is strictly the studio records, no Alive 3, no compilations, no greatest hits packages, strictly the studio albums. Of course, the rankings will change depending on my mood, but here we go. I'm going to give it a shot. At the bottom of the pile is Carnival of Souls. This is where Kiss embraces grunge, and they're kind of chasing a trend instead of creating their own. Although the playing is great, the songwriting is pretty solid, the album just doesn't sound like a Kiss record. Although In the Mirror is probably the closest we're going to get to a Kiss sounding song from Paul. Jungle is phenomenal. Hate, Childhood's End, and I Will Be There, I think, are really great tracks. They're well written and well played. It just doesn't sound like a Kiss record, and that's why it's at the bottom of my pile. Next up, My Love-Hate Relationship is back. We have Asylum, the worst looking Kiss album cover in history, in my opinion. But King of the Mountain, Who Wants to Be Lonely, Tears Are Falling, Trial by Fire are solid Kiss songs. And like I said in my review last week, when I'm in the mood, it hits the sweet spot. When I'm not, this is a Kiss Frisbee. Next up, Crazy Nights. This is where they go keyboard heavy. Ron Nevison, who kind of resurrected Heart and Ozzy Osbourne and got them on mainstream radio, is behind the boards here. Kiss was hoping for the same kind of magic. Didn't quite happen, although there are some solid songs on here. Crazy Crazy Nights is a great track. Turn on the Night is a great track. Reason to Live is a good ballad. Thief in the Night is a great track from Gene Simmons. I'll Fight Hell to Hold You. Paul Stanley's voice on here is amazing. My Way, underrated track. A little cheesy, but underrated. I remember when it first came out, I played this thing. I destroyed the vinyl because they sounded revitalized. They sounded really excited to play again. There was I think a longer gap than usual between albums, so I really missed them. This was, in my opinion at the time, I thought this was the greatest Kiss album in the world for a bit. And then as time moved on, you kind of realize it's a little too keyboard heavy and not exactly what we expect from Kiss. But nonetheless, there's some solid tracks on here. Next up, we have Hot in the Shade. This is the first tour I saw with them with the non-makeup era. 15 tracks. It's a little over bloated. They should have made 10 tracks. I would have put Rise to It, Hide Your Heart, Forever, Silver Spoon, Cadillac Dream, King of Hearts, The Street Given, The Street Gave It Away, and Boomerang. Maybe somewhere between Heaven and Hell. The rest I would have thrown away. It's, like I said, a little too big. 15 tracks. Kiss is designed for a 10-track album and nothing more. Give us the meat and potatoes and go on your merry way. Next up on the ranking is Animalize. This had the monster hit Heaven's on Fire. There's the great album opener, I Had Enough, Into the Fire. Get All You Can Take is phenomenal. Burn Bitch Burn, I like, from Gene Simmons. I enjoy Lonely as the Hunter and Under the Gun. Thrills in the Night is fantastic. But this is becoming the Paul Stanley show at this point. Gene has checked out, but still a solid album in its own right. Next up, we have the album that started it all for me. This is my first Kiss album that I ever bought. Lick It Up. I still love it to this day. Exciter, the title track, Not for the Innocent, All Hell's Breaking Loose, 1,000,000 to 1. Stellar tracks. This is Kiss Killer, no filler. But then we have the top, the King of the Mountain, excuse the pun, the top of the ranking. And I think every Kiss fan will agree that of the non-makeup era, Revenge is probably Gene Simmons has embraced the demon again. He has come out with the strongest songs he has done in, God, maybe 25 years. Unholy, Domino, Spit, Thou Shall Not, still to this day blow my mind. Paul Stanley is no slouch on here either. Heart of Chrome, Tough Love, Every Time I Look at You, stellar tracks. If you're going to pick up one album from the non-makeup era, this is the one to get. And that's my ranking. You let me know what you think. Share your thoughts with us. Give me your rankings. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite tracks? Are you into the non-makeup era? Did you like them? Did you not? Only into 70s? And that's fair. Let me know. Share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear you. This is Steven from the Aroundtable with my ranking of the Kiss non-makeup era albums. See you soon, guys.